Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Krista McCracken says, JD Vance working behind the scenes to dethrone him. I wouldn't be surprised because he can't wait. So you have a point, Krista. With the removal coming in September, I wouldn't put my eggs on that basket for sure. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I couldn't help what you're saying because some things are going to happen. But let's. Sorry about that. Hi everyone. Welcome. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmenu.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. And also, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Having said that, that would help me a lot. I'm trying to get to 50,000. That's going to be big to me. Anyway, more people. Hopefully, I can make some changes to get more views. I'm working on that. Having said that, I don't know if you guys remember. I said there would be a physical fight in the White House. I don't know if you guys seen, read the news. How many people remember I said that? And some of you were even surprised. Even I was surprised when it came out. I'm like, oh boy, should I have said this? But I wasn't sure, or I didn't know, who were going to be involved in that physical fight. It turns out it was Hegseth and Elon. And I wasn't surprised. You guys remember last week or a couple of weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, if it wasn't last week, say a couple of weeks, I reported what I read in the papers. There was a verbal major argument between Elon and Hegseth. But at that time, I told you maybe that's what I was getting. And it didn't get to a physical fight because there were people around. I think I said something like that. Until Friday night or Saturday, when I read about the physical fight, I wasn't surprised, but it's now just coming out. Because according to the news, it's a sore issue. I understand that physical fight at the White House. When was the last time that happened? In the 1800s? So I thought I would mention that this morning, but I will get back to that. And the other thing I said either last week or the week before last as well, Ukraine. I didn't want to elaborate because why should I? Something like that, and I want Ukraine to win. And even if I knew exactly what it was going to be, there was no reason for me to say anything. I'm sure all of you have heard the surprise attack yesterday or Saturday. Shocking. Spider web. I believe that's how they call the mission. Okay. The thing is, I know there's going to be, Putin is angry. He's basically being outsmarted by Ukraine. And believe me, he hasn't seen anything yet. And Ukraine is being very smart about this. They are trying to keep their Western friends because and the West, it's not something people applaud to just indiscriminately killing civilians. And it's so smart. They are basically defanging, I don't know if that's a word, okay, Russia. Those bombers are strategic bombers. And from what I understand, Putin used those bombers to kill civilians in Ukraine. And they basically destroyed them. And I'm just going to put it another one. There are more surprises. Yes, Putin is going to retaliate to save face. But I feel two things are going to happen here. And I hope Trump is paying attention. Him and the idiots that are around him thinking they're going to attack Mexico or do stupid things. I've mentioned that before as well, not in the context of Ukraine. If Trump thinks he's going to, just to stay in power, to declare martial law and do all that kind of crazy stuff, he's going to attack Mexico. He's going to be shooting himself in the foot. But we'll get back to that. But if I were Putin, I would seriously consider give peace a chance. Because as we notice, the Ukrainians are putting their ingenuity to work. And intuitively, I feel they will succeed in taming the monster. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight, unfortunately. More people will die. And the person that's looking bad right now and is persona non grata any place where there are civilian people. Yeah, he's friends with Kim Jong-un, the mullahs in Iran. If they find a good place, a good deal, or, with us as far as their nuclear weapons, they will leave Russia. I mean, they will still consider them as their friends, don't get me wrong, okay? They're not going to turn back on them and, betray them. But I feel like saying they want to develop their country. They want to bring their country to the 20th century and have all the latest tools and everything else that the West enjoys. So they're going to say to Putin, we have deals to make, So, but my prediction is things are not looking good for the Putin regime, and not the Trumps either, okay? That's why I said F tackle, that's felon tackle. I said something a while back regarding immigration. And I told you guys a story of, there was, when I was in high school, if I wasn't legal in this country, they would have deported me because there was a moment, my last year of high school, I became homeless because I left my parents' house. They moved to Brooklyn and I did not want to move there. But anyway, to make a long story short, I was staying with one of the teachers and his wife because I didn't know which way to go. And what do you know? Immigration came and they deported them. Thank God I was legal. So the thing is, the point I'm trying to make is at that time, I don't know how many of you remember those days, but I remember them like today because a couple of my friends that were in New Rochelle with me at the time got deported, okay? But those days pale in comparison to what's going on today. And Americans just said, no, not on our name. And they changed the policies, they adapted, Congress and American government, they decided to get smart about how they go about deporting people and, you keep the people who are helping your economy. You don't deport and indiscriminately deport everyone. And that's what's going to bite Trump and his regime in the butt. I don't know how many of you are watching what's happening or what happened in San Diego. The whole neighborhood just rose up against ICE members arresting people, hard workers. And in fact, I was watching on CNN a little while ago. Vietnamese, I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't. Her name is Carol. I just had to picture. There was a lady from the neighborhood where she was arrested. They are raising money for her, and they are rising up. It's not, something someone from the outside came in and organized. It's an organic thing. It just sprung up. I'm giving you those two examples among others. That stuff is going to grow. Trump thinks that, well, him and Vought, Elon, Stephen Miller, and others, and his regime would think that deporting people who have been here, paid taxes, try to do the right thing 20, 30, 50 years. Okay? In fact, there is a lady, she's been here 50 years. ICE imprisoned her for 3 months. She has a green card. She's not a citizen, but she's here legally. She's been here 50 years. They put her in prison. I've always said the American people, are great people. If it wasn't for Americans, when I first came here, I wouldn't know which way to go, what to do. Americans help, they help immigrants. When you come, well, yes, we were legal, but that's how I found my way. From my way to school the students helped me find my way to the high school because a couple of them used to live in the neighborhood. But the point I'm trying to make is Americans help immigrants if you are doing the right things, and they welcome you. And if Trump thinks he's going to turn these people into monsters, that's what he would like to do. And Stephen Miller is the chief. Okay? That's not going to happen. Like I predicted the last time, and now the writing is on the wall. That stuff is going to grow very fast. And there is something that's happening now. Different TV stations, in fact, this morning, because I flipped back and forth just to make sure I'm getting all the news so I can give you, if something happened, I can tell you, hey, don't worry about this, nothing is going to, ignore it, or this is what's going to happen. Simultaneously, CNN had somebody from, I believe it's Mississippi. There is a place they call John Pancakes. I'm not sure if it's Mississippi or Georgia, probably in Georgia. Okay, the name is John Pancakes. I'm sure there's got to be someone in the audience who saw that. And then there was, on MSNBC, there was something else about immigrants being arrested. Oh, well, yes, I know. Representative Nadler was on MSNBC, I think. Oh, he was on CNN as well because ICE arrested a member of his staff because ICE thought they were hiding people in his office, but I think they knew. They just were pushing their luck. ICE, that is. And there was another person on MSNBC, I just don't remember right now, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is, once these things start happening, it goes out of control, and I feel we are almost there intuitively. The other thing is, there's major panic in the White House. And I don't know how many of you heard Trump said this morning, if the judges get in his way of, preventing him, we are stupid as his MAGA base. If they don't allow him to proceed with his tariff, ignorant way of doing things, the economy is going to suffer. Trump knows he's failing. And people around him are very concerned. And if you notice yesterday, they sent out Vought, not Stephen Miller, the arrogant little dweeb, and Vought didn't do any better. I didn't see the interview. With a minute, I can't stand this guy. But the point I'm trying to make is they did not send Stephen Miller. That's the first time. I'm sure you guys know better than I do. If I'm wrong, please let me know. This is the first time since in the past months I've seen Vought on TV, well, at least Sunday shows, defending the administration. intuitively, that's not good. Trump and people around him are beginning to feel weaknesses. And I told you last week, and I'm going to repeat one more time. Don't be surprised. Two things. Stephen Miller gets the boot out of the White House. His wife leaving, I don't remember if it was he said it or on my son's Saturday night session. I think it was he said it Friday. His wife, Stephen's wife's leaving, not good. Okay? Intuitively, I feel when I focus on these people, they're terrified. The other thing is, do you guys remember I said people from the administration would start jumping ship? But also, there is something that's beginning to creep in the minds of Trump and the few people who are around him. Low self-esteem, low self-worth. But if you do logic with them, you may get through. Bessent and a couple of others. And Trump too, because Trump is beginning to ask people in his circle, was Elon fooling him? Yeah, he's beginning to realize that, but my prediction is, and Ivanka is on his ear. I mentioned that last week. She wants him to get rid of some people. And the FBI is imploding right now. Kash Patel is the dog that caught the car. They don't know what to do. So they're just doing things. And I've said before, Trump sent these people to these agencies. He didn't think they were that, well, Trump is not very bright himself. Okay? So he didn't want to hire anyone any smarter than he is that could outshine him. And he's paying the price. They are beginning to realize that. Hegseth is done. I know Trump still has him, but every time he turns around, he messes up something. Over the weekend, he gave a speech somewhere attacking, well, not attacking, but saying, China is our greatest enemy. But that's not, it's true, okay? But not in the context that he's saying it and the way he's saying it and all that kind of stuff. And you know what? She and the people around him have zero respect for the people around Trump. The only thing that's keeping some people, for example, Putin, Xi, and others, our other enemies, is because they know, yes, Hegseth is in charge, but he can be removed on a dime. And the other people, competent people, they have removed, Trump, that is, have removed, are still around. And they can just snap them back in. Yes, it may take a couple of days to get back on your feet. Okay? There is no time to straighten out the mess that Hegseth has. But the point I'm trying to make is, that's there, when I focus on Xi mostly, because China is the only one right now that could challenge us. Putin is on his hind legs. The only thing he has left right now is nuclear weapons, and he's not going to use them. Don't worry about it. He may do some things to Ukraine, but I doubt it. Okay, but when someone is as stupid as Putin, he can do anything like on a whim. Okay, but I doubt he's going to use nuclear weapons. That's why he positioned them over the weekend to frighten Ukraine and the rest of the world. And that's, they're the same thing Trump is doing, trying to scare us into obedience. And that's what Putin is trying to do. Okay, but that's Xi's calculation. If they were to do anything right now, yes, Trump has a bunch of idiots working for him in high positions. But the competent people are still around, they can just come right back in, and they know if anything were to go wrong, Trump would be held responsible immediately, and things would have to get done. That's what's keeping us safe, intuitively, I feel. Okay, but right now, people around Trump, they sense things are not going well. They are failing, and Trump asking, and watch that fight. I told you guys, those two, it's a matter of time, Elon and Trump. Elon can't control himself because of his drug habits. Unfortunately, I don't have New York Times anymore. I canceled my subscription because I'm ticked. But there is a major fight coming between Trump and Elon. Elon can't control himself. Trump thinks he's ruling the America and the rest of the world. No one is bigger than him. He's such a brave dude. Oh, God. He is doing his best to manage the situation because he still wants Elon's money. And Republicans right now, the others in position of leadership, they are already gaming this. They know there's going to be a fight between Trump and Elon, but they still want to stay in Elon's camp. They're not going to do anything to break up that relationship between, to destroy the relationship between them and Elon. So they're going to try to navigate that so they can still get money from him. But Trump is going to reach a point just like he bit the hand that fed him with Leonard Leo. Okay? They're going to smooth it out. But Trump is going to do it to other people because of his basically mentally he's deteriorating, and his arrogance. He's used to having he automatically stops to bullying people and threatening people. It's not going to work, and he's going to face challenges he's never faced before. Regular Americans telling him to take a hike. And the reason why I'm saying this is what I explained earlier. People standing up, just like they did in the late 70s, maybe early 80s, said this is not tolerable. And it's going to spread. It's spreading very fast. Okay, Trump is about to find out the FIFO principle. He's messing around. He's going to find out, and it's not going to be pretty. Right now, intuitively, I feel they are trying in the White House to find ways to lie about what's to come, because they see many red lights ahead. They don't know how they're going to be able to navigate their way through those, because all they have are lies. They don't know how they're going to get themselves out. But my friends, they are imploding as we speak. All the bad signs. Even Clinton, I read something, Clinton, this morning, Clinton gave an interview, I don't remember, I think with CBS. Clinton is right. Having said that, and I spoke to Hegseth, Elon, Kash Patel, and the guy, you know what's happening right now? Intuitively. They are executing the list that Trump gave them to execute. There is great fear among those two, Kash Patel and Mangino, whatever his name is. Mangono. You know that fruit, mango? Mango is better. Because First of all, they realized they were wrong about the FBI. Number two, it's too big for them to manipulate. Number three, how are they going to cover up or put lipstick on some of the stuff they've been saying for years? I know Kash Patel, according to the news, is saying that, they're in charge of things, and FBI planted people during January 6th. That's not going to fly. But there is, when I focus on Kash Patel, because he's an idiot, there is a dread, there is a fear that he's failing. He knows he cannot do the job, but they're not going to quit. And it's weighing heavily on both of them. The other thing is, the other problem those two are having, when this gig is over, what's going to happen to them? Because they're beginning to realize Trump is not going to be there forever. The first day they were bushy-tailed, we're gonna smash this thing. But they're beginning to realize it's not looking likely that they're going to be able to. And if you look at the trend, well, I don't know, there are a bunch of intuitive watching, and I'm sure you're picking up some of the energy that are changing. And all the red lights that I explained a few minutes ago, they are looking. Kash Patel is looking at the same things too. You can't tempt this country. Not happening. And he's seeing the intelligence, all the data, that how well armed this country is. Americans believe in the rule of law. If you look at how people are responding to Trump's idiotic pronouncements, he wants to rule. Look at what happened to Ernst, Senator Ernst. Yikes. That also proved to you guys, to us, all of us, that was what she said during that town hall was what her and Republicans talk about. Remember, guys, I used to say, they won't mind if elderly people die, those of us who are lucky enough to reach 65, and we're reaping a little bit of fruit from our Social Security, okay? And they certainly want those of us who are not well to die too. And that's what she's talking about. I can go on, but I'm going to stop there. That's what Ernst is referring to. That's their logic behind the scenes. That's why she said what she said. Oh, we're all going to die someday. Don't worry about it. We'll kick you off Medicaid, Medicare. Oh, come on. That's nothing. Going tomorrow, going today, it's the same thing. So do us a favor. Kick the bucket already. That's their philosophy now. It was not a mistake. But I feel she's going to lose that next election, though. Or at least 90% chance she's going to lose. The people, I believe she's from Iowa, are not going to forget this. And the rest of America, they're not going to let her forget. No Republicans. My prediction is Republicans, if Democrats play their cards right, and I feel they will find their footings. There isn't much they can do right now except use their creativity to win points. But the prediction I made 7, 8 years ago will come to pass. Republicans will be out of office in the wilderness for a long time. I'm not right now, they're laughing at Democrats. If I were them, I'd look at my backyard in what I'm going to do in the next few years are to come. And yes, Trump and the imbecilic people he has around him will pay. Not much good is going to come to people like Vought, Stephen Miller, and others. And Elon Musk, you know what my prediction is for him. And if you watch the path he's on right now, it's a path of self-destruction. And that company, Palantir, and that creating the surveillance application for Trump, there's going to be consequences for that too. Everything they are trying to do, put in place to control us, to turn us into some technocracy country from this, with Trump as the king, we're still in it. But intuitively, I don't feel it's going to work. That's my prediction. And let me see if you guys have questions. I have a couple of questions. Okay. Lola Bell 59 says, Amilu, Elon's Jupiter and Scorpio is square Trump Pluto. Yikes! Transiting Uranus could. Wow, this is sudden explosion. I didn't know. Thank you very much, Lola Bell. Oh Lord, yes. Is it there yet? Okay, it's in Scorpio right now. Yeah. So the energy is formed already. Thank you for posting this. Let me copy that screen. Do a print screen of that. Okay. Yeah. It's coming. Christian McCracken says, too big egos don't go well. Oh, that one is going to be a nasty one. I was told my mouth, you never can tell what a live thing will do. All right, we're going to talk about P-Diddy, but I mentioned something Saturday night about Jennifer Aniston. I didn't know, some of you posted, I did not know she was having a problem with a stalker. You know, some of those guys, the minute they sense weakness, I'm sure, I mean, she has people around her to instruct her, to help tell her how to handle those things. But I hope she's taking, because these guys, you cannot show weakness, that's what I'm trying to say, and let him know, you know, you are armed. I don't know about California, how the gun laws work, but you got to let them know you are armed, and she has to make sure her securities, because I don't understand a lot of those famous people, the security is lacking. I don't get it. If I was at the level of these people, and also they have a new security type right now where you can remotely operate a machine gun, but I'm not going to let my imagination go wild with technology and how one can protect how we can protect ourselves. This is not the time for that. So, but I feel like saying yes. She's talking to people, security people to help her. That's a good thing. But she has to let that guy know, I'll eat you alive. That's one thing they respect. I know he's got to be nuts to be doing this. But they too, they have fears. Trust me. You punch them once, they'll never bug you again. Regardless of how crazy somebody is, okay? You punch them, it hurts really bad, you knock them out, or they'll remember. They'll never attack you again. Okay, we're going to do P-Diddy. I mean, my prediction with that is still the same. And there is something as one of the attorneys I see, I mean, they know their stuff. I'm talking about my intuition. They are talking about legalese. And the way they are saying it, there is, Mia stumbled, and they are questioning her. She says nice things to him. It's the something syndrome when someone is kidnapped. I can't see the word right now written in front of me. Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm, is that the right way to say it? Syndrome, okay? So, and the music industry is, the way they manipulate those young people, once you get in there and you don't think there is anything better, a better job out there, yes, I'm not saying she's perfect. It's there is plenty further there for defense attorneys to pick on, to take her apart. That's the case one of the lawyers was making. Well, I'm talking about, a lawyer on YouTube. She did very good. I'm not taking anything away from them. But intuitively, I feel when I focus on the jury, yes, they see the lawyers picking that lady apart. But like I said from the beginning, they expect that. What they are doing, their eyes are on the prize. Is there consistency here? They don't care. And that lady Mia, posted nice stuff about Diddy, complimented him, tell him she loves him and stuff like that. People do those things, the Stockholm syndrome. I think, I'm hoping I'm saying the right. I think that's what I read as I was looking to see. But yes, that's why she was doing those things, and that's how I feel intuitively the jurors are looking at this. They expect Mia to stumble. They expect the defense to make some dents. The men, the offenses, sex trafficking, racketeering, and all that kind of stuff. On the juror's mind, they're looking at those things. They don't care about that lady, Mia, writing nice to Diddy and still want to work for him to make a couple of dollars because they are, from what I understand, and we don't have time today to talk about that. Some other time I'll talk about it. They can blackball you. They've explained on how it's done. Because it's a smart industry. But the one thing I'll say, one prediction I'll make about that industry, it's going to change is more honest people will take over that business. Watch what's coming, okay? But I don't feel taking this witness apart and others, punch holes in what they say, asking them, well, if he sexually abused you and among other things, wrong things he did to you, why do you keep writing him? Why do you tell him you love him? Why this, why that? Intuitively, when I focus on the jurors, they don't care. They expect the defense attorney to do that. They are straight line. He committed, he brought these people in to abuse Casey. He did this, he did that. Is everyone explaining the same thing? They're looking for consistency. And they are getting it, my friends. The only thing that's left, the prosecution is going to bring more evidence. But, I feel they're going to connect the dots. The judge, the last thing that they're waiting for, when the case is over, is the instruction. Do they meet the criteria? And I feel yes. My prediction is still the same. Diddy's cooked. One more thing, I have to make a change here. I don't know how many of you watch Trump Friday. He said he would think about he'll have to see what the case is about Diddy. I'm getting 5 million. Trump probably asked for more, but I'm getting 5. The Diddy family, or the Combs family, the guy is, was worth $1 billion or something like that. Okay, he has a lot of connections. He knows a lot of people, or people he knows know a lot of people. He's going to find a way to get to Trump, make a contribution, get him out. There's a possibility of that. I'm not saying it's 100% because the woman factor, that's the major question right now, intuitively I feel, behind the scenes. Because people who know Trump, okay, they are sickened by what they are hearing. Women, some men as well, but women who are Trump, whatever, fans or around him, work for him, are not happy with what they heard that P-Diddy did to Kash and his way of conducting business. That's the problem right now. And well, I can confuse time. That's what the problem is going to be when it comes for time for Trump to make a decision. But the money is going to be there, my friend. That's what I said last week. I don't think Diddy will have enough money to pay. Well, they're working on it. And to whatever, that's what I feel. That's my prediction. Okay, let me see if there are more people. Oh, Lola Bell, 59 says, I was mistaken. It's all right. It's Trump ascendant that is 29 Leo. I wish I was good enough at astrology to be able to picture it. I mean, I can picture the ascendant oh yeah, that his ascendant is in 29 degrees Leo. But I can't picture the whole thing. You know what I mean? Transiting Uranus is now 28 degrees Taurus. All right. Well, I still can't picture it, but there is something nasty that's coming. So I think you still, it's still going to hit. Let's see what happens. Okay. Thank you, Catherine Gilbert, for reminding everyone to give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Thank you, Mildred H. Yes, Stockholm Syndrome. Raymond Di Pasquale says, Diddy is going down. Most witnesses have a Stockholm Syndrome affliction. Exactly. Well, I can, and also, I'm sure you guys have heard how they blackball these people. They can't find a job someplace else. In fact, this morning, I heard it, I believe, on CNN. Yes, it was on CNN. I heard it. How they go, somebody call you for a reference, about, for example, Mia. Oh, she's no good. That's all you have to say. And from what I understand, no one in the music industry would cross Diddy. I just make this over the weekend. I've been fantasizing about if I was younger, if I had the money, I would challenge those people. I would disrupt that business. But there are people, a number of people who are coming up with ways to disrupt that whole industry. But we can't get into that right now. I'm running out of time. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it for spending time with me. Thank you, Judge Panitas, for your help. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmelo.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. Please, friends, post your questions. If there is something I forgot to mention or something I was wrong about, or whatever question you have, please post your questions in the comment. I would appreciate it. I will answer, even if I don't answer every day, but I do. I try to answer. And if you like the channel, please don't forget, I'm trying to get to 50,000. Tell your friends about the channel. I would appreciate the subscription. And like someone posted, please give me a thumbs up. That's what YouTube looks at to keep showing the videos. And don't forget to tap the notification bell. I will see you, some of you who come on my evening sessions, I'll see you later. Otherwise, tomorrow, same time. Till then, bye.